Hello, Rhea again, and I'm back. We're going to do the hair now with this image, and honestly, I have no idea what colors I'm going to use. I know that I'm going to start with my lightest color because I want to start deciding where, and you're going to hear my dog bark here in a minute. I want to start deciding where I want my shadows to be, so I'm going to kind of map where this is going to go, where the shadows are going to go, and I'm kind of studying the hair, and I'm going to work in small sections. So what really catches my eye, and when I do the hair, I work on the very tip, so I'm working with E53 right now. I work with very fine flicks and on the tip. What catches my eye is right here. So I'm just going to put some color in here. I forgot to color her ear and the skin. I will come back to that. Just gives me a little bit of direction. Of where I'm going with highlights, shadows. And I'm going to see right here is going to be a part. So I'm just going to mark that because you can go over light with dark. And come in between here with a little bit of flick. Come in from the other direction. Since I'm working on this side, coming in from the ponytail, have a little bit of a highlight up high. Oops, try to stay on the page for you. Here we're going to do a little bit in both directions. This is going to be a shadow area, so I'm going to kind of mark that heavy. Down a little area here. A lot of these marks are going to be covered up, which is fine with me. My hair turns out different every time I color. I never know what I'm going to get. Hair is probably one of my weakest areas. This hair has a lot of wave to it. Make a line go this way so we can create ultimately a shadow. And then one again I see one again here, just kind of going with what I feel when I see it. One again here, coming out this way. Okay. Now I'm going to take 57, E57, put that so you can see it. Now let's start adding some shadows. Strokes are going to be smaller in the shadow areas. I told you I colored light, dark, medium, light. It's a little different when I do hair. I'm kind of going in between the light areas with the strokes. I'm going to go with this one. Probably start with the light to kind of map out the areas. Then I'm going to go with a medium. I'm going to do the darkest color last because I don't want a lot of it. And I want to use it more to add just a touch of shadow. I don't like leaving white. That's just not my style. I would rather use a very light yellow or something, another color that adds maybe a more of a glow. We will see. I always play it by ear. So I know that there's going to be a shadow in there. So I'll make that a little heavier. Let's put that part in there darker. I can always add more color. I can't take it away. You can try to take it away with a colorless blender, but then it gets all kind of muddy and yucky. You stay within the picture lines. Notice I'm outlining where there's going to be a heavy shadow. And I'm barely touching the paper. Well, see where the hair folds over? That right there is going to end up being a cast shadow. So I'll make that line a little bit heavier. Again, this is going to be a completely unedited video. We're just playing around, and doing the fun last minute impromptu coloring contest with the East Wind, one of our great sponsors. There's going to be another heavy shadow area, so I'm going to outline that. Now, here, and here, I went one direction and then the other, so I'm going to make sure that I do that with this color as well, going in the same direction that the hair is flowing. Really fine flicks off the tip of the marker. Again, there's going to be a cast shadow behind the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Blend it out later. You can do that with the Copic Express paper. Gives you a lot of playtime. Looking a little choppy right now, but we're still have a ways to go. A lot of hair on this sweetie. Now E44 is a nice one to really kind of tone down. Put it over here in the corner. My strokes are a little bit longer here. It really kind of tones down some of the redness that's in the E50s. Even though our light source is coming from the direction that she is looking, like we discussed in the first video, we want to create almost a glowing crescent feel over here because it's coming out and it's curved, and we want to create a light glow here. So I'm not going to add any more dark in here or here. And even though we're on the back side of the shadow area. And if you flick better away from yourself, which I do, then turn your paper. If you flick better to the side, then turn your paper to the side. Whichever direction is more comfortable to you. And that's easy to find out just by, going like this, like this. Or like that. whatever way feels more comfortable. Me being left-handed, I tend to do things more kind of at a funky angle, so. You're going to see this paper move quite a bit. Creating a dip in the hair. Another dip in the hair. And trust me, there are people out there, colorists, that can really color hair. So I am not, and do not proclaim to be, a know-it-all when it comes to hair. And that's okay with me. That was E44. Now I'm going to come back to E53, where I added the dark. I'm going to go over those dark areas, blend some of those together, bring those colors, make it a little softer and not so streaky looking. You can still see some of the original E53 that I added in there, which is really good. That's what I want. I didn't want to go over all of those. Blend that out a little bit. Some whites in there, which will not stay white. Now, E59. Ooh, did I scare you? Did I say that really loud? Now, hey, you awake? E59 is pretty dark. This is where I can really add some nice definition and contrast. See how that really brought that forward? I'm going to do this in small sections. I'm going to lightly blend that out. Whoa, off camera. My classes would be yelling, I can't see what you're doing. E59 and E57. Now let's tone that down on the edges a little bit with E44. Bring E44 up here too. Straighten that line out. Okay, now she's got some definition there. Now, there's a piece here. I'd like to define. I want to take it back. I'm going to define some of the areas of the foliage that's in her hair and her part line. But then I need to go around the back here and do the same. Now I'm just going to straight to E44, touching the edges of that. Back to E59. Definition here. A bit of few little streaks. Maybe a little bit of depth. Depth here. A little shadow here. I'll bring that shadow up into this piece here. And down this way. Back to E44. Blend out some of those colors I just added with the E59. And E53. And in this case, I realize I am doing light, dark, medium, light on the hair. Now, she's going to be kind of a, she looks like a dirty blonde, light brown hair. We can give her a nice blonde highlight. And I'm thinking YR20 or 21. Twenty-one is too light. YR21 is a nice golden look where the white is. You can go over some of the E53. So that's in the back where the sun is really shining. I'm thinking like, I can always go over it with each, let's see what, no, I don't like Y11. Let's keep her a golden look. Okay. But we can take Y11 over the YR21 and kind of lighten it in the areas that the sun would touch first. So there's one section of the hair. To me, that was the hardest part. So now I'm going to move to here, turn the paper. And once again, just like we did with this section, it's kind of I'm going to make it pop with a bubbling or rounding effect. See, we've got that glow going on there. I got to get that ear right here as well. So now we're at 57. light flicks in the direction that the hair is going. Go into up here. She's got little flowers and earrings there, so we want to be mindful of those. Coming up from the bottom here. Looking in the same direction the hair, and notice I'm turning the paper as I'm wanting to go into that direction. Okay, E44. And let's get tone that down a little bit. Back to E53. This is going to have more highlight because it's more forward towards the light source. Now the E59. This time I had hot tea ready in case I started coughing. Sorry about that. Blend that out, the E59 with the E44. Then E53. YR21. Let's give her that nice soft glow. Didn't add E51, 53 down here, and darken that up a little bit. Now in the very front section, right here, I'm going to throw in a little Y11 because it's going to be brighter than back here. This part will be brighter than what's back here. And then with the Y11, this forward part here will be brighter than this part back here. All right. Now for this part of the hair. Just going to repeat the same process. Just a little curl here. Goes this direction, this goes this direction. Just going to go this direction. So she's going to have a kind of a bubble effect here. She's going to have a dip here. And we're going to make a bubble effect here. And down here. This is mostly going to be dark. Now because this is facing the light source, I'm not really going to use the E59 in many places. Here's E57. I am going to pull that part together. This is kind of underneath, and it's going to be darker because it's hidden, because this is over top. Whoops, sorry about that. I went into a zone, wasn't paying attention to the camera. I'm going to use just a little bit of E44. I don't want to mute it down too much because I think the hair was going to be brighter looking in brown tone as it's facing the light source. Ooh, I just went into her face. I need this to match this up here. E53, blend these colors together, smooth it out. Okay, YR21. I'm going to add a little bit more Y11 to this side to really brighten it up. Trying to show the light source. Okay. Ooh, she has hair here. Sneaking in hair everywhere. She's a braid. Oh, there's a lot of detail in this hair. Dude. I'm going to go to 59. Add some more shadows in here. Okay. And that is part 2, the hair. And let me recap the colors that we used for you. E53, 57, then we went to 44, 59, YR21 for the highlights, with just a touch of Y11. Okay. Be back for part 3, and I'll get her ear colored before we start again. Now I have to decide what color I want to do her dress. See you soon.